No matter how proficient you're as a programmer, at some point in your professional life, you'll encounter some new functions that you might need help to understand a little bit about it. Okay. So now let's look at different ways to use the help function in RStudio. So the first way to go about this, to find a specific function, we can notice how I'm using the console. You can actually do the same thing on your R script. So we can use the help function, we type help, click on it, autocomplete that. And now maybe we want to find some help on maybe an arithmetic function like mean, right? So let's go ahead and type arithmetic mean. So they'll pass that as an argument. Click enter, or open the help tab here, and notice how we start with the title, the description, the usage, arguments, and down here there'll be some example. So this just gives us a specific function. We can achieve the same thing by using the question mark. So let's say we wanted to look at another function, sqrt for square root. Okay, so click enter. It will also give you a brief description about this function. So both does the same. Okay. Another way to do that, let's say we didn't want to go through all this documentation. We could just do example, which will just specifically take us to an example of that function. So we could use example here. So example, and you pass the name of the function, right, which is mean, right? Click enter. You can see it automatically gives us an output in the console, right, on how to use the mean, right? And this is an example. So given this variable, we could, have concatenate this vector. We can find the mean of this variable. So very nifty tool to use. So another way you can do this is to get general help. So you can actually go ahead and type help.start, right? And this is why RStudio is very powerful. It does auto completion. So you can select that, click enter. Notice what happens. So it gives you an HTML format here. Then you can click on the manual and all that. So please try to explore this in your free time. Another way you can go about this is also, we could use the help.search, right? And then we pass an argument. So in our case here, we could just do mean, for example, without the square brackets there. So enter that. So what that means, sorry, we need to encapsulate that in double quotes. So we pass that, so delete this, pass that as mean, right? Click enter. And you can see what this does, kind of returns, it kind of searches the entire documentation, matching the character. Okay. And you can see now we have quite a bit of different things that talk about the mean. So it just gives you a summary of everything that includes that character, returns a list of functions containing the term that you've actually searched. Okay. You can actually get the same effect by using double quotation mark. So maybe if I do sqrt in that regard, see what you get. So it just gives us, documentation matching that. Okay. And lastly, we can actually use the graphical user interface here. We could do the same thing here, search for mean, click on that. It just pulls up documentation. Notice how this documentation is kind of organized. We have the title, description, the short description of the function, what it does, the usage, the syntax of the function, arguments, right? The value, the return by the function, and probably some examples, right? So, and that's it. Other ways you can seek for help is on GitHub, or also Stack Overflow. and basically on Google or any search engine, you can search on the internet, right? And that's it as far as getting help is concerned in RStudio.